and fourth line guys
Yeah.
in the playoffs, in the Final Four, and it's not as fast.
Mm-hmm.
And now Marchand looks really good again.
Mm-hmm.
That line killed the Leafs.
I'm trying to find where, here we go, on Hockey Reference, where they've got Hart Trophy votes. Marchand got Hart Trophy votes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate seasons in the NHL. And he's been underpaid his whole career, right? He's made $68 million. I know that's a lot of money. He's been
No, but he has not
worth double that.
He's not participated in the new money, and he got caught up in the I can't get paid past Bergeron.
Internal cap they had
Right?
there.
Who set the Boston?
It was Bergeron.
Bergeron.
Yeah.
Right? So he did it. He signed it. He lived with it. Didn't complain. Didn't whine. Kept playing hard. But when he asked for the money that he thinks he could possibly make up in Boston, they told him, go pound salt.
So I think what choice he'll face then is, do you want to play your dying years in the NHL, wrong word, I don't know, end years in the NHL, chasing Stanley Cups? Do you want to be part of good teams? Do you want to be in the hunt? Or do you want to get as much money as you can? And, to me, Steven Stamkos made a decision. He was insulted. I think Tampa Bay tried to sign him for 8 years at $3 million a year. They wanted to give him some, we'll get you the dollar amount, just retire partway through or to injury.
They wanted the Ilya Kovalchuk Devils deal.
Yes,
that's what they wanted.
Exactly. To get. And he ends up, he went where he could get the very most money.
Yeah.
And it didn't go good. So what's Marchand going to want to be? He's too competitive to just go play for money in Anaheim.
The one thing I believe that is going to happen again, because of the salary cap rising, is that there seems to be a level of belief that if you're Marchand or maybe Bennett or certainly Marner, that if you want to go chase your money, you're going to have to go to Chicago. You're going to have to go to all these lower teams. And it's it's not true. There's going to be opportunities for these guys to sign a big number on contending teams.
Yeah, but if I'm looking at Brad Marchand and I'm a contending team, no chance this 4 years on a guy who you think is slowing down considerably makes sense. What did he have for points this year? It's 47 points this year.
Do you think it makes sense for the Leafs to give him 4 years?
Absolutely not. No.
Please, God, do it. Yeah.
See the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a dumb fan. He's smart.
Right? Okay, outside of Marner leaving, how competitive can you be with a guy like Marchand and Austin and Willie? And you've been missing that component for 10 years in Toronto of a guy that's willing to get greasy, down and dirty, greasy.
Yeah.
Do you think that he would sign here?
Hold on. Didn't the Leafs have a decade where they went and got expired superstars?
Yes.
Okay,
right?
I'm sorry. Which one was greasy and dirty?
Didn't they get
Wayne Simmons was pretty greasy and dirty.
No, I'm not talking about recent
No.
Leafs. Aren't you talking about your era Leafs?
You mean little Glenn Wesley in there, little Phil Housley, little Ron Francis,
yes, and
little
Lindros come here for it at the end, all the
Gary Roberts.
You know what's funny? I'll bring those years back. Why
Oh,
not?
for God's
Let's
sake.
give it another try.
You can't just get a guy because they've been awesome. You want to look forward, not back.
Bring him in. Bring him in.
Yeah, and then you're doing locker clean out April 17th and May 17th, and we got a lot of shows to do after that.
Sammy would be content for just seeing him cross-check someone and knocking out some teeth.
Yeah, but then he gets suspended for 50 games because he's a Leaf.
It still would be worth it to you.
Wait till Sam Bennett's here and playing for 8.5 per season, concussing guys, Sammy. The suspensions are going to be Chris Simon-esque.
I don't know.
Anyhow, I think he would sign here. I do. Do you?
I think he'll go anywhere he could make money and have fun.
You mentioned Montreal yesterday.
For who?
Marchand?
Marchand, yeah.
Totally
Canada,
see
Canada
that.
boy.
Could totally see that.
And also, his entire essence has been crushing the spirit of Leafs fans.
Yeah.
Going to Montreal would be mwah,
Yeah, I could see it.
pièce de résistance.
I could see it. I think the Jets cleaned out their lockers today as well. And I was interested in what Connor Hellebuck had to say. Because last year
Worried about this.
he made some news, I would say, at the locker cleanout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I cut a clip from him about playoff goaltending. And I don't know if it's bad or not. I cut it and
Okay.
let's play. It's in there. Hellebuck clip one on playoff. Oh, sorry.
That goaltending in the playoffs is different than goaltending in the regular season?
Not a whole lot. I mean, every team plays it different, and I think there's just the way the NHL goes. Like sometimes goals are going to happen and goals go in, and there's not always something you can do about it. As far as my game goes, I'm always trying to do something about it, but you don't want to do too much, and that's a big takeaway that I have is I can't focus on doing everything. I just got to stick to my game and play my game, and I know it's going to, in the long run, even things out. Bad bounces happen, and sometimes you can't control them. And playoffs, a lot of chaos happens. Just trying to control that chaos was some big takeaways this year, and I maybe added a little bit of depth for playoffs, but when I finally started realizing that my game works and I want to play my game, I started having fun, a lot more fun, and at the end of the day, that's when I play my best, is when I'm having a lot of fun out there.
That's
Is it bad?
I
Is
didn't
it
mind
bad?
it. No,
Okay.
it's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Compared to last year, it's pretty good.
I don't. I believe that he shouldn't kill himself. I mean, in terms of beating himself up in a press conference, and
He redeemed
I
himself a
don't
little
know,
bit
like
at
he
times.
doesn't. He's right. It's sport. There's bounces. There's this time next year. If he has another one, I hope it's a lot better sounding than this in terms of feeling maybe worse. But I'm okay with what he said.
I'd be interested in hearing what Jets fans think of that. Like if they wanted more ownership from him, kind of giving himself the pass on there. You can't stop them all, and there's bad bounces. And
A lot of bad bounces in the first round.
a lot of bad bounces.
A lot of bad bounces.
He did.
The ice is bouncy in St. Louis, boy.
He got him. He got through. This isn't a team that's going to get dismantled. They're going to get another crack at it.
Yeah.
I like the guy. I like the goal.
They're gonna.
Team.
If it's not Nick Ehlers back, it'll be someone close like that. I think they can go get Brock Nelson.
Great.
I think he would
I think
gladly
that's a great fit.
go there, and they'd be happy to give him $7 or $8 million.
I think, though, the answer to is playoff hockey different from regular season hockey? How can you say no? Like there's more.
Of course it is.
Yes. There's more traffic and bumping and screens and shots from the point and
Yes.
desperation. It's definitely different. And
Every meeting starts with take the goalie's eyes away.
yes. And so if
Stand
you're a
on his
goalie who has
legs.
success playing deep in your net, maybe you need to make a small adjustment and try to be on top of those tips more before they have more room to change direction. It's different.
Puck just kept going in the net.
I don't think it was anything terrible. I just think you'd like a little bit more.
Yeah. And he's a
Don't let yourself
really
off the hook and
good
everything.
student.
He's
Boy,
the
is he
best in the world. He watches more
Right.
than anyone on the planet.
And also, Morris,
Would you send him to summer school, though?
No, he doesn't need it. He does it himself, Kip. One man summer school.
Morrissey says today at the clean out that he would have been sidelined for the rest of the Jets playoff run with his knee injury.
Yeah, that was
Awkward.
awkward.
MCL for
He's
sure.
I bas-
so good.
I basically knew kind of right away that I was injured, and I obviously left some, so just frustration.
Remember my knee doing the old.
You probably
wobble
know
below
pretty
the
quick.
knee.
So that's the one
Yeah.
time that it's like legit. Like, yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I do.
Guys go to that way too much in general. I'm not talking about Austin Matthews today in Toronto, but in general, the media just loves going to find out who was hurt and what they were hurt. And
Buddy,
how
LeBron
hurt
James couldn't
are
even
ya?
go to the Met Gala. His hammy hurt so much. So
Hammy. Was it
I don't know what the hell it was,
Yeah.
but he said he couldn't go to the Met Gala. So, you mentioned Morrissey being so good. I think we talk about the most underrated guys, and I think he does get underrated in terms of how good he is. I mean, him at that Four Nations when he wasn't playing in the finals, like, oh boy, that's a huge blow. He was really good for Canada. So I like Morrissey.
Me too.
But the pounding some of these guys
Oh, yeah.
have taken in just even half a playoff round. Let's face it, they're not even halfway. Like they are halfway through, but that's the kind of feeling. And I went to a conference final with the Washington Capitals, and you're like, still look around. There's only 4 teams left, and you're like, wow, we're really close to a Stanley
So
Cup.
far.
And
So
you're-
far.
You're not.
Still need 8 more.
You're
You
not.
need to the same
Just
thing you
halfway
just
through.
did twice.
Yeah.
You got to do it 2 more times.
So the Chris Tanev hits taken thing.
Yeah.
I tweeted yesterday.
100 and what?
It was 107, 106, 107, and then the second highest was 57. it was like half though.
He's a
It was like
pinata.
just under half. And Mike, I got a lot of different responses to that, and a lot of that is, and I want to ask you, that's a massive disparity. A lot of people are too slow, or he can't. They were blaming him for taking all those hits, where a lot of people like to say willing to take the hit to make a play, warrior.
Yeah.
I think you can kind of see what you want on that. But
I think
that's
if they would have found a way to beat Florida, he would have recovered nicely against Carolina compared to Florida.
Yeah.
Florida,
Tough matchup.
They're one of the most physical teams probably in the I know they were their Broad Street Bully days.
Yeah.
But that was different. This team is as physical without, I think, the Dave Schultz of the world,
Tell Jake-
Selesky's and
Yeah.
Tell Jacob Slavin to keep his head up this time as Sam Bennett on the ice.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Love that hit.
all right. Just like that, 2 hours and solved nothing on our show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the game tonight, 8 p.m. on Sportsnet.